Hey Capricorns. Okay, so I started recording the video and I laid the cards out and, you know, did the whole spiel, whole intro and everything. And of course, I realized that my mic was not on. Happens to me every time. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and keep the cards out. I literally only got like 30 seconds in before I realized my mic wasn't on. So I hadn't even started reading the cards yet, but we're just gonna stay where we are. Anyway, welcome to your June 2019 monthly messages. Yes, so if you are a new or returning viewer, thank you both so much for being here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so that you can be notified of when I post and upload videos. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Get back on track here. I hope you guys had an amazing month of May. If you feel so inclined, feel free to comment and let me know how the month of May went for you. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the messages. So right off the bat, Capricorn, the message that I see here very clearly is this Two of Swords at the center. And I'm following the swords, and one sword is going into the Three of Discs, the other is going into the Eight of Cups. So definitely a lot of you Capricorns are looking at some sort of decision in the month of June regarding work for a lot of you. And the decision has to do with either staying or going. For some of you, it may be a situation where you're just no longer feeling emotionally fulfilled in that position. You feel like you've kind of capped out. Like you've done all of the growing and all of the learning that you could possibly do in that job. And now you're kind of feeling like it's time to move on. Spirit is saying that, you know, you're feeling those energies for a reason, and it's definitely worth listening to, because next to the Two of Swords you have the Ten of Cups. So not what's at stake per se, because I feel like that's a bit of an extreme statement, but it's a matter of chasing your happiness, chasing your fulfillment. That is kind of what is hanging in the balance here, in a sense. So you very much could stay at this, you know, Three of Discs job or whatever, whatever the job is for you. But I mean, if you're not feeling happy there, I feel like the decision is already kind of obvious, if that makes sense. Princess of Swords on the other side, as well as the Ten of Cups, as I said. So for some of you, this may be a decision concerning practical versus creative. Some of you guys may have gotten stuck on the wheel where you picked up a job or some sort of career out of obligation. You picked it up because you have bills to pay. You need some sort of income. You picked up a job because it made the most sense. But like I said, it's really not something that fulfills you on an emotional level. If you had your way in a perfect world, you would be doing something far more creative, something far more emotionally fulfilling. And that's kind of the point that the universe has brought you to. That's kind of the fork in the road that you are kind of staring at right now, where the universe is saying, pick one. Pick the obligation or pick what you want. I'm gonna go ahead and help you out. It's always the better choice to just do what you want. And if you believe enough in it, if you believe enough in yourself, you don't have anything to worry about. It'll work out. But what's really unfortunate, I feel, is when people are capable of so much more, or they have desires for something else or for so much more, but they allow themselves to get caught in the trap or in the wheel of survival. Just having to put your head down and do what you have to do, right? That is what's unfortunate to me. So I would much rather see you clean the slate, start fresh, doing something that is more in alignment with your purpose, more in alignment with what makes you happy on an emotional level. I would much rather see you do that than see you continue at the 3 of discs where, you know, you're just kind of fantasizing about this better thing. Excuse me, but you're not really going after it. You're too caught up in the wheel, in the hustle. So yeah, and I mean, even just looking at the Princess of Wands, which is above the 2 of Swords, I feel like if you guys did choose to kind of harness this 8 of Cups energy and just kind of walk away and look at your other options with the 3 cups that are floating in the air up here versus the 5 that are broken and useless down here. If you did actually choose to go that route and walk away from something that was no longer serving you, I feel like it would just open you up. Princess of Wands here. You would just become this lively, just the world would be your oyster. And for some of you, you may be afraid of that energy because you have just been so used to, as I said, the hustle and doing what you have to do for so long. You know, maybe you feel fearful because you feel like you wouldn't know how to channel this energy. You wouldn't know what to do with it. Queen of Swords underneath the 2 of Swords is telling me that it's all about your perception. Fear is just a lack of knowledge. And once you become knowledgeable, once you become comfortable, once you become confident in what it is that you can have and what it is that you are deserving of, you know, you'll be walking away from things that don't serve you all day long. You know, it'll be nothing to you. And you will be living more authentically in this Princess of Wands energy where you're being fueled by your passions. You're able to chase that Princess of Swords energy where you're being creative. You are getting more of that emotional fulfillment. And, you know, you guys you're smart, Capricorn, like, you know this. You are the hardest working sign of the zodiac. And that's why you're ruled by Saturn. That's why you are, you know, you're at the very top of the zodiac wheel. You rule the 10th house because you are the hardest worker. And so, but this is not, you know, this situation, this first layer here is not a situation of who can work the hardest, because we already know that you can do that. This is more of an emotional risk. This is more of a needing to trust and make some sort of leap or some sort of change on an emotional level to fulfill your emotional wants and needs. And that's something that Capricorn kind of struggles with a little bit, because you are more of the logical, more of the disciplinary, more of the practical type of energy. You're not, you know, you're very different from a water energy that is just like all about emotion, and, you know, their lives and their decisions are very much fueled by the energy and the emotion that they feel. So this is going to be difficult for you in an emotional sense. It's going to require a lot of work and a lot of trust. Because like I said, we know that you can do the physical part. We know that you can do the hard work, and you know, you have the mental capability with the Prince of Swords, but do you have the emotional capability? Do you have the trust and the confidence in yourself on an emotional level to take that risk and go for what you want? Can you, Capricorn, can you make an emotional decision as opposed to a logical, practical decision. Can you do it? That's kind of what you're looking at. That is the decision in the month of June. Are you going to go for the emotional and please don't, because the word emotional has such a negative connotation that so many people have just fling around and have given to it. There's a lot of power in emotions and in being considered emotional. So when I say emotional, don't consider that as a weakness or as a disadvantage, because it certainly isn't. The question here, Two of Swords at the center, the decision that you are facing, Capricorn, is, you know, like I said, we know that you can do the physical labor. We know that you are capable of the emotional, or not, excuse me, the mental, but can you make an emotional decision for yourself to do what makes you feel good on an emotional level? Not to just, you know, do the hustle and bustle and do what you have to do, but can you make a decision on behalf of your emotional self? Can you tap into that? Can you tune into that? That's what you're looking at for the month of June. Yeah, and some of you I feel are tired. You're just like, again, like I said, you've just been doing what you have had to do for so long. You're just like, you're tired. You're overwhelmed. Seven of Wands. And you know, like I said, it's not a question of can you do it physically. We know you can, you have been, but should you have to? Should you have to continue doing it on just a physical level? You know, because, you know, all of us reach a point in life where our physical bodies become tired and we can't do the things that we used to do anymore. So Capricorn, there will come a time where you will be physically tired. But once your physical runs out, what about your emotional? What about your mental? Are you going to be okay in those areas? Are you going to be fulfilled? Are you going to be happy? That's what you have to that's what you have to look at here. Excuse me. My God, I'm sorry. Queen of Discs at the center. You're all about structure. You're all about support. You're all about routine. You're very stable. It's important for you to be stable. It's important for you to see the fruits of your labor. It's important for you to have that sense of security, and you've done a lot to earn it. There's no question about that. June is going to be a month for you, Capricorn, of really stretching and growing in different, seemingly little nuanced ways that you aren't really used to. I feel like a lot of you will be open to it and a lot of you will be ready. You have the Chariot and the Ten of Wands paired around you. Some of you are going to be a little afraid to take the leap. You're going to be afraid to leave your job. You're going to be afraid to leave that structure, to leave that security, because you're just going to be like, you're going to be freaking out. You're just going to be like, oh my God, like I had this thing and it was sure and it was good and it was solid, and now I'm just kind of out here. You're going to feel like you're floating. You're going to feel a little unstable, like your foundation is unstable. Remember, again, with the Queen of Swords in your first layer, that it is all about your perception. It's all about your perception. That's it. And whatever you tell yourself to be true will be true. So if you tell yourself that you're struggling or that you're freaking out, that's exactly what you'll be. If you tell yourself that you are, that you're not going to make it, and that you regret leaving your security and leaving your job, even though it wasn't making you happy on an emotional level, that's exactly what you will be. And vice versa. If you tell yourself that you got this, and you already have the drive, you have the hardworking ethic, you have all of these tools that can help put you in a good position in something that is also more emotional fulfilling, you'll have that too. So be careful with the way that you're thinking in the month of June. Be careful with the words that you're saying to yourself in the month of June. For a lot of you with the Moon card, looking into the Three of Cups here, a lot of you, the path is going to unravel for you. The image that I'm getting is like a car, headlights on a car. So the path is going to unravel for you only a few feet at a time. And that's life in general, right? Like, we don't have all of the answers. Spirit does. We only see a few feet ahead of us. Spirit sees the entire picture. So a lot of this is going to require trust. A lot of this is going to require Three of Cups having some sort of network, having some sort of supportive group, people that have similar, if not the same, interests, people that are in positions, like I said, that you want to be in, or that you are striving toward. Connect yourself with these people. Let them help you navigate the path. And be open to taking direction, because you do have the Five of Swords here placed over the Three of Cups. So Capricorn, I know that you are very good at what you do, and I know that you work really hard. And like I said, there's no one questioning that. But try to be open to guidance that other people have as well. Try not to be proud or conceited, or try not to, turn your nose up at people that are trying to give you direction, people that are trying to give you knowledge and insight, especially if they are in a position that you're wanting to be in. If they are living a life that you admire, or that you are wanting to place yourself in, be open to what it is that they're saying. Try not to butt heads with people due to a pride complex or an ego or anything like that. And also with the Five of Swords, you bring something to the table too. So don't let people diminish you or treat you as though you're completely ignorant. Make sure that you're keeping those healthy boundaries, and you have that balance of both give and take on both sides. I think that's all I have for you, Capricorns. I hope you guys got something out of this video. Like I said, don't forget to leave your comments and let me know. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be on the lookout for my future videos, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care.